And with a yo-ho-ho, it's TaleOfTheToaster. Welcome to the penultimate video in the Legend Gates mini-series, but I suspect this one might be the hardest. The other Legend Gate I've never played before, but it doesn't sound too challenging from its description. But right now, we are here at Ryman School in the past, the post-game area. We came out of the Inazuma TM bus, and it stares you in the face. This is practically the first thing you see when you make it to Ryman School in the past, and you are punished for engaging with it because this is difficult. I'm going to specify right now, this is my authentic first take recording, and if I lose, I lose. It's as simple as that. I'm going to try and win in this video, but if I don't, it's getting posted anyway. So I hope you watch on with some suspense. And I say that, and now I'm going to make it super easy and I'll just win, right? But it's Ryman versus Team Ogre. Mark Evans, disappear. Otherwise, abandon football. I won't abandon football. Many of my friends love football. I can't abandon it.
That's right, Great Grandad. Let's join forces and defeat Team Ogre. Let's protect football and our future.
Yes, we get Canon Evans in our side, but we are playing specifically with Ryman and not with Inazuma National. This is more based on the movie Team Ogre Attacks than it is based on the Inazuma 11-3 Team Ogre Attacks game interpretation. Ryman is level 50, the opponents are level 58. We do have Archer Hawkins from Inazuma National and Paolo Bianchi from Orpheus on our team because they do indeed join Ryman briefly within the movie, teleporting from the future for the last couple of seconds. And Cannon and Paolo are actually going to be some of our best. Odin's sword is not that strong, but at least it's leveled up a bit, and Paolo's kick is 121. Canon Evans has a better move, namely Heavenly Drive, which is a long shot, and Gigaton Head, which might, I think, is weaker still. But we have Axel with Fireball Screw alongside Inazuma Break. Surta is there in his in the slot, but I don't know if his spirit is active right now. Big Bang has been applied to Xavier, so that's an incredibly strong shot that we can demonstrate. And we can do it ourselves instead of relying on the opponent to do it for us, like Supernova on Genesis, which I wasn't able to do. Basically, our team is quite well equipped. Yeah, 3 recordings in a row. Quite well equipped with good moves. I even gave Samba Strike to Archer Hawkins just to make sure he would be useful. But we are purely and simply a lot lower in level than our opponent. Austin Hobbs is all the way back here. And for the first time in a Legend Gate in a long time, we actually have difficult goalkeepers to overcome. Nero was really easy to beat in the last one against Genesis. Poseidon was a little harder, but he still let one through in the end. Dragon Driver on Kevin Dragonfly, that's an interesting choice. Our other reserves aren't going to be too useful, I'm afraid. Got the Ragnar formation. But if we just take a look at our opposition here, Lucifer has a catch stat of 183. He's also significantly higher level than us. His in-game text is completely messed up apparently. But he's got Shot Trap and Mugen the Hand. That's not easy to get past. They gave him Shot Trap because his actual electric version is not in the game, but that's the cheaper option. Mugen the Hand is still plenty good enough. And even these guys get Iron Wall and Giant Slayer as well to take advantage of their small frame. Like, these guys have got what it takes. They've even got defensive moves on these upper midfielders, and these strikers, do not doubt them. Bash Lancer has Dark Matter to be a strongest possible shot available, and he's got Doom Spear, which he can use as a long shot. So if we go for the last 3 Legend Gates in a row, Aphrodite was no problem because you just get him to dribble past someone and then he'll waste his TP on a Heaven's Time. Xavier had Supernova, which was capable of scoring, but he didn't have any dribbles to waste his TP on. Bash Lancer, if he gets in possession of the ball, his kickstart of 213 will probably just score on you, so we need to avoid that at all costs. And this guy Malice also has Doom Spear and Heavenly Drive with a kickstart of 171. Even this guy has got Tiger Drive. They've basically all got long shots. Samba Striker Doom Spear here as well. You basically can't let the strikers have the ball at all in this, because they can easily score against you, and you will really struggle to score past the goalkeeper. And I've already messed up the first pass. There's no way Axel dribbles past this. So, right, can I quit? Can I start? That was actually me pressing the start button to try and quit out of the match. I said it'd be my authentic first take, but if I quit in the first 2 minutes, that's not so bad, right? So let's go and do that real quick. Yeah, I'll just give the backstory for this one. This is my second and now I guess my third attempt at doing the Team Ogre match in a Legend Gate. The first time I ever did it was back in 2017-ish, I think, maybe 2018. It was the second time I ever met up with TXM Tom Spoors, back when he had a different username, and it was to record the multiplayer for my Inazuma 11 Go Let's Play. Go 1 specifically, and I try out the team that he built for me and then play the match against him. But he'd just finished doing his own first ever playthrough of Go Galaxy, just as a casual run in Japanese. It wasn't translated or anything like that, and I'd never played Go Galaxy at the time, so I just kind of, he let me borrow the console for 20 minutes. I decided to just play Go Galaxy, and I thought, what's this exclamation mark? He just happened to have left the save file here in Ryman Pass. So this was the first match I ever did in Inazuma 11 Go Galaxy at all, and I had no idea what I'd just walked into. I was already getting taken aback by some of my moves being so much less expensive than usual, like some of them costing 20 or less. Let's try this again properly, please. Move the camera. Simple stuff. I know I haven't played Inazuma in a while, but you've been playing it for an hour today. Now, past the cannon, are you offside? No, let's at least take an opening gambit and hope that the AI messes up and doesn't try to catch it. Can Cannon afford a second shot after this one? I'm not sure. Maybe going for the weaker move was the play? Shot trap will stop it. Yes. 371 while barely running down his TP at all. We also won't be able to take the ball away with Paolo Bianchi. You can pretty much only win interactions against these guys if it's by default like that, or if you... That's Austin Hop. Get... No. You can pretty much only win automatic duels or if you're using special moves. If you're trying to win purely on stats, it won't work. We also don't have any defensive special tactics. I'm not that worried about Dark Thunder, and at least it's a reminder to say we can use an offensive special tactic when we're in possession of the ball. But even when I'm using my moves, like spinning cut, sometimes you just lose anyway when they go for a move of their own. And once again, we have a long shot. Maybe I should have played out that first one to completion to see if God Hand would have been good enough. I suspect it probably would not have been. So let's go for a God Hand V and hope that at halftime I can heal enough to get 2 uses throughout this match. Obviously, I'm not worried about God Hand V getting blocked. But Archer Hawkins, do you want to go for a long shot or something? Well, Sean, where did you go? I think this guy doesn't have any long... I can't afford any risks. Yeah, he doesn't have a shooting move, but I've done it anyway. God Hand V. I think I can afford one more regular God Hand, but there's no way it stops Bash Lancer. I can't use this Sky's the Limit from within the goalkeeper's possession. Everyone's just in the way here. I can't get access to my players. They're actually just outplaying me straight up. I can't let them score. Do I go for another reset? I'm pressing the special tactic button knowing full well there's nothing I can do. Hope he goes for a regular shot. He does. I should manage that, but wow, I'm just purely on the defense for this entire half. 283 is the stat total for God Hand. That is good to know. Now, Jack, get running. Okay, Axel Blaze. So you do not have a dribbling move, and your fighting spirit, most importantly, is not active. I also can't bring it out with the fighting spirit button because the fighting spirit button is not here. Thankfully, a critical use of the wall will get me back in play. So pass back to Axel and shoot before it gets to... No. See, again, Axel can only shoot. Any other interaction with anyone else is an auto loss. It's just sad to say, but it's true. And now he's offside, so I can't do anything useful with him. Oh, dude. So, yeah, like I say, this was the first match I ever played in Go Galaxy. And it's not like I didn't know how to play the game. I'd played plenty enough Chrono Stones and Go 1 to get the general idea, but this is genuinely just hard. So when I played this for the first time, I got ruined. It wasn't close. I didn't stand a chance. I didn't score a single goal, and I'm not going to either if he goes for a special move. 263, that is nowhere near. I think I will put Axel into Cannon's slot and then change the formation in the second half to just try and see if I can come up with anything beneficial. But again, your interactions will fail, so I'll try and get a Sky's the Limit use. I can't even afford God Hand. I was 2 seconds away from making it to the second half at 0-0. That's cruel. So now we have to get 2 goals while preventing them from getting any others. Do I just quit now and cut my losses and try again? Tell you, can I go for a long shot? Who's got a long shot? The answer to that is Cannon, but he's already used it. I guess Archer Hawkins, you will... Yeah. Yeah. Is there a forfeit button? Nope, so we'll just have to try. That's so gutting. There's no... This is some of the most upset I've been, because I was literally a few seconds away from at least a second attempt. Dragon Driver, that's cool to have, but let's try and get a big bang in play. Actually, you can stay there for now, I guess, but... bring Archer up front. We've got to have a screen blackout for that dramatic Cannon to Kevin change. Very Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. But man, it's really, really, really hard to get even 1 goal in this Legend Gate. So to now have to get 2 with no safety net whatsoever is honestly crushing. Xavier doesn't have a dribbling move either, and it's not like you can give him one. I can't just train this team up or edit their movesets. Like, you get what you're given. That's the challenge of Legend Gates. Unfortunately for the game, they only made this one have any level of challenge. The others were, for some reason, exceptionally easy. But this is a real demonstration of the idea and what they're there for. You saw me tap the goal, but it was just slightly too late. Like, this is just forcing you to play with a lower level team whose moveset you cannot edit, or any other part of it you cannot edit, You just have to fight with an inherent disadvantage, exactly like the Team Ogre match in the movie. And that's a great idea. It's just a little off-putting for a Let's Player who's trying to record the very first on-screen attempt, who has to deal with the fact my very first try is going to be a big old defeat. Give me a crit? No, I mean, the crit had already gone through. We know that's not a goal, and he is never going to run out of shot traps. He may, through poor AI, decide not to use it. Xavier is also offside, so I can't pass to him right now, which is mightily unfortunate. Sean also doesn't have a dribbling move. The only thing I can try is to get Axel at... No, they're part of this interaction too. I was going to try and at least get both of my strikers into the path of this guy so that I could try and team up, increase my block, but even with the three of them, it wasn't enough. So this is pure and simple a mighty L, but let's try Sky's the Limit, and I guess I'll make the second attempt within this video or something. It doesn't deserve to be its own separate upload. Sky's the Limit is not exactly a good special tactic anyway. Like, it's not like using Thunderbolt to put me in a guaranteed advantage. It's just for the hope of being nearer the goal. They genuinely just don't help you in this match, and that's fair enough. Why would they? Team Ogre is perhaps the most lopsided match that a Ryman team has ever faced itself with. Like, the movie looked totally unwinnable. Both that and Ryman vs. Zeus are the two least winnable looking matches in the Inazuma series. Thanks for the crit. I would have hoped that Big Bang was strong enough to score anyway, but you know what? I don't think it was, actually. 674, if we assume that was cut in half, then it actually wouldn't have been strong enough by the time it reached the goal. So it's double heartbreaking to know that A, I've scored, but in a match where I'm still not winning anyway, and B, I've scored with a move that isn't going to score on a second attempt. But, oh well, I will move Jude up to the front in the vague hope that he can go for an Emperor Penguin number 3. Unfortunately, the rest of these guys still aren't going to be much use. But at the end of the day, I do still have 16 minutes left. So let's get all the defenders in a row just in case they go for a long shot. So I'm banking on them going down the centre and opening up sides to everyone else. Let's try and get the ball and make another attempt. Axel, get as high up as you can, and I'll try to pass to him at the last minute. Yep, Isha doesn't even need to have move interactions. Sean has basically functioned as a defender in this entire match. Archer does have Samba Strike, but it would never score. You might be able to turn it into a shot chain depending on who else you have in the path. But for now, it's time for Malice to go for a long-range Doom Spear. Hey, God Hand, it's time for your biggest challenge yet. It's at least from quite far away. 340, was I anywhere near that? Fully evolved. Nice little courtesy, but it's gone. I'll see you in the next attempt. Although, this is still good research, so immediately after the goal I just used the free kick off to my advantage. Take an Inazuma break, which has a type advantage on this guy's earth moves. So it would be interesting to see if it could score, but I'm guessing the answer to that is no. So even Axel Blaze himself could not score here. Jude, just say that your stats are high enough. No, of course they're not. We cannot take the ball from these guys without a crit, an automatic win, or an actual blocking move. And we also can't score on the goalkeeper unless we get a crit. I get the feeling I might not actually be showing the next attempt in full, and it might just be highlights of trying to beat Team Ogre. Let's see how Fireball Screw does in comparison. That's even weaker than Inazuma Break was, because it's at a disadvantage against a Groundkeeper. So thank heavens we do have Inazuma Break, but we still need it to crit. Instead, he gets a crit. Literally, this is actually potentially one of the hardest battles in Inazuma 11 history, because you have to fight a team who can stop all of your shots, and they can score against you pretty much without fail, unless they do it from too far away. I did remember, like, I've been dreading this video since the moment I started the Let's Play, because I knew that I got battered when I first tried this challenge, and then once it got started, I actually felt like there was a little bit of hope, you know. I got a goal, I stopped a few of their shots, I thought maybe it's not that bad, maybe I just wasn't that used to Go Galaxy. No, this is just as bad as I remembered. The goalkeeper's actually invincible. He didn't even make a single AI error the entire way through that match. He always used a blocking move, and his blocking move was always good enough, except for when I got Big Bang as a crit. So, L, what do I do here? I guess what I'll do is hope that Xavier, despite the type disadvantage, can get a crit again. I'm going to put him in the scoring situation. I'm going to do one run to the goal, see whether or not it goes in, and then I will... Well, that went wrong already, so this is a bit of a... This is a quit moment. This was attempt number 3. What on earth? I have to do it from far away, too far away to score, because there's someone right up my arse, but it's another attempt to try and get a crit. Get a crit? Please? Well, at least took the shot. Maybe you'll get a fail? He's not going to get a fail. Yeah. This is going to be the most editing I ever do in a Legend Gate, because here come the highlights, if there are any. Like, for example, the opponent using Samba Strike. It's blockable, at least, but I kind of need this guy's TP. Don't make me waste, Nathan. Actually, that's not a waste at all. Let's go for Sky's the Limit and see if it immediately puts me in the path of one of their defenders. It might not. It will, but it might not. Maybe Axel will be able to pass to Cannon who's offside. I wasn't actually trying to pass to Cannon. I was trying to hope that Xavier was down the wing, but Cannon literally ran into possession to get me an offside interaction. That sucks. I guess I can go for his long shot if things get desperate. Try again, oh yeah, he can't afford the move. I'm going to pause and see where Axel is. And I'm going to pass to him. Why do I play this series when I suck this much? Somebody tell me how I'm the most popular English language Inazuma 11 video game YouTuber by subscriber total still. This is... I mean, I'm still going to take a shot with Sean, which is nice, but that was the freest shot on target of my life. Doesn't matter that it wasn't going to go in. I still could have at least taken the shot. How have I made this many mistakes in a match that is already possibly the hardest in the game? It's been giving me legitimate opportunities, and I'm still screwing it up. Right, that was one run-on highlight. Bye. We have a foul. What can we do with that? We need to set this up fully orchestrated from scratch. Xavier is coming off. It could be Dragon Driver of Kevin. What have we done with Cannon? Nothing yet. Will Heavenly Drive be stronger? We need to beat an Earth Element Keeper. So the Wind of Dragon Driver might be the best we've got. It's still weaker than Inazuma Break on Axel, you would assume, though, right? But if I do a Shot Chain somehow, that might be enough to score. Let's try and set that up. Both Inazuma Break and Dragon Driver are both Shot Chains. So I'm going to pass to Jack, who's up here. Then to Sean, who's here. Then to Axel. Kevin, you can just be lounging about there. And now, are the defenders going to move to compensate? This, bait near enough. Oh! It went wrong on so many accounts. Kevin ran back from the position I'd put him in to try and get onside. Axel was nowhere near the place I asked him to be, and then they also immediately lost possession on the very first pass. It didn't even make it to my strikers. Look at us winning a move interaction. Iron Wall beating Illusion Ball. I'm glad I can count on Jack, if nothing else. Let's try it again. I want to cry. I was trying to pass to Axel. How did it end up with Kevin? Axel was there in the open, and Kevin was there for the shot chain as well. How did I miss? Did I miss, or did Kevin genuinely just launch out of his position to pick it up from me? I've made more mistakes against this Team Ogre match than I think I have. No, I can't even say. He's done it again! Kevin! Kevin! Ah! I have had an unprecedented amount of opportunities to at least take the shot. They weren't necessarily going to go in, but I could have had like 3 different shots that I've screwed up individually. I can't cope with this. This isn't okay, says Team Ogre, and I agree. Just another one for the highlight reel. I don't even understand how that happened. But just to show, yeah, I can set up another goal. And yeah, I can screw it up in another brand new way. I'm actually inventing new ways to mess up at this point. I don't know where these are coming from. We get to do a shot, if nothing else. I've even cut out another outtake. I can't even remember what went wrong with it at this point. But Inazuma Break version 4 will do a grand total of 408. It's not a crit though, so it doesn't matter. You know how hopeless that feels? I'm nowhere close. Let's just take a chance. You know, Samba Strike. Do they have any shot blocking moves? Don't know. But maybe I can chain it into something worthwhile. Well, I will. With Cannon at least. He's got Gigaton Head. Sean's running away, so clearly we can't use Eternal Blizzard for that. Sean does learn Northern Impact in Go Galaxy, and that's kind of what it's there for. Maybe if the defender in my path can't afford Iron Wall, I can get past and unleash a shot that's strong enough. Unfortunately, he can afford Iron Wall. It only weakens it, but it weakens it enough. Nevertheless, let's do a Dragon Driver. How much is that going to increase by? 427. That would almost be enough. So the strategy for this match is just to use a long shot. Try and run down the opponents from being able to use Iron Wall, and then you'll have a better chance of getting past them. But yeah, just use Archer Hawkins to start a shot and then get Cannon, Axel and Kevin in the path of it, and you might eventually squeak out a goal if there's an AI error or if there's another intervening factor like the Iron Wall not being there. Okay, so I've got to play out the next 10 minutes without error, because if it's a draw, that's not good enough. I also can't even afford to take another shot with Axel or Kevin. Like, they just need taking off at this point. But I am playing for time, but I'm playing for time against a team that has 3 or 4 long shots. I don't even have any moves left on Jack Wall's side at this point. I had to use Iron Wall to block a long shot at one point. Nathan has still got some moves left in the tank. He can't beat Southern Cross though. I think I can afford one more God Hand V on Mark, which can stop it from long distance but not from up close. And I'm afraid he's getting up close, but Callus can't afford his move. I'm still going for God Hand V, and I will find a way to make these next 4 minutes disappear. Pause. What do we do here? I have no one. Genuinely, I have to run up with Mark and hope someone gets in position. Clear it. Kick it to the middle of nowhere just to run the timer down. You get involved, Paolo Bianchi, who hasn't really been able to do a great deal of anything in this match, but that was a successful time waste. And we've won. This was the most stressful match of Inazuma 11 I think I've played in years. But we won on my second full attempt. I guess 4th, including some very early resets. But I'm sorry that was such a segmented viewing experience, and additionally sorry for how stressed I was. But let's play football. Are you going to afflict us too with this spell? That was an exhibition on how not to play Inazuma 11. But I got lucky in the end with a long shot that was the only thing that the devs afford to you in this match. None of your moves are strong enough to score unless they're a crit, but you can build up enough shot strength with a shot chain. Possibly starting from a long shot. That is the sole option. But we still have one more Legend Gate left to play as well. I don't imagine it's going to be anywhere near that level of difficulty, because it's based on an actual Go Galaxy match, but that will be my next upload. So I hope you will join me for that one. For now, this is TaleOfTheToaster, who's got editing work to do in a Legend Gate for the first time ever. Let us know how you beat this match. There must be a better strategy than I've been dealing with, but see you next time.